Hello everyone, this is going to be my Fuyu no Hanashi guitar tutorial. It's going to be part 1 of most likely 3. But I want to set a few things before we actually start. So, very important that you do not stress this and try not to copy me directly. Obviously you want to copy the chords, right? But you don't want to copy the exact same bass line. You can make it easier for you, you can make it sound more interesting. Just do what you can and have fun with it. And it's also very nice, and it'll be a lot easier if you know your C scale. Obviously this isn't on the C scale because it's on the 5th capo, but you can do, sorry. Messed up a bit there, I'll restart. So yeah, if you know that, this tutorial is going to be a lot easier, but I'm going to go through the melody and the bass so you actually know what to do. Even if you don't know your C scale, I'll still explain what string it is and what fret it's on, and I'll be explaining as either first string or high E, B, whatever it is. So first, second, third onwards, or the note of the string. So now let's begin with the intro. So we're gonna start off with learning a few chords that we're gonna use. Well, not really learning, I'm just demonstrating the chords. We're gonna use F, G, C5, and A minor. And in the intro, we're also gonna be using E minor and A minor. Optionally, instead of E minor, you can use this G sharp sort of chord. But E minor is a lot easier, and frankly, I think it sounds a little bit better. We also use F minor, and yeah. So to start off, we're gonna go bum bum bum, bottom bottom. We're just gonna do 3 downstrokes, and then we're gonna strum down, up and down, just to create that little bit of a pattern. So we're going to start with our F chord for the first 2 downstrokes. And then for our G, we're going to do da 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 like that. So, and then C5. You could do C, but I think C5 sounds a lot better here. It's more energetic and louder than this. It sounds a lot more peaceful. But this sounds a lot better. It matches the F and the G, in my opinion. Do what you want to do. If you think normal C is better than C5, go for it. But C5, we're going to do the same thing. Down, in an A minor. Here you want to strum a little bit more, usually 6 or 7 times. So if we combine those, we get and then here you can use the E minor, or you can use the G sharp. This G sharp chord. I'm not sure what it is, I just know it's G sharp because it's the bass note. But we're gonna do E minor and then A. So we do so what I did there was F, G, C, A minor, F, G, E minor, A minor. And then once we get to the end part, you want to do a little bit of a pluck here, and you want to hit this B string open, and then we're going to move on to our F chord, which will be this. Just like, you could either play it like this, or you could play it like this with your thumb. And what we're doing is we're just plucking upwards. So just gonna do on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, or B, G, and D string. So, and we're also gonna add that little strum every second beat. And again, you can do the bar chord. Next, we're gonna do a G. Open on the G string. 3rd fret on the B string. Open on the B string, and then 1st fret on the B string. So if we do it slowly, and then after that, you just want to do another open on the G. So if you combine that, and again, don't force yourself to do this sort of beat every single time. Make it easier on yourself if you must. So the next part, we're gonna do the same thing, except the same thing as the F chord, except it's not an F chord. It's gonna be a F minor. So just get rid of your whatever finger you're using. And here we're just gonna do on this 1st fret of the B string on a G chord. 1, 2, 3, and it's just gonna be like that. So if we combine from when we started our F like this, so let's play the whole intro. I'm gonna play it slowly. So, and I'll be naming the chords. So F, G, C, 5, A minor, F, G, minor, A minor, and then F, G, F minor. So now we got the intro down. If you want to hear it in full speed, you can go watch my cover, and it's going to be in the link in the description. But now we're going to move on to the intro, and then we're going to save the chorus, the bridge, and the solo for the other videos. So here, just want to play a 2nd fret on the 4th string, which is D. So, and you want to do a C chord shape. So you want to do 2nd fret D, open on the G string, and then you want to do this little pattern where you go from your A string while you're playing your C, A string. So you're basically on the C chord, like that. You want to do, if you can do a little beat. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually do a 8th note, so like that, and we're gonna transition our C from an E7. So just E, except you remove the middle part. And this is where I guess I can start to explain the melody a bit. For the melody, I use my pointy, middle, and ring finger as like this. Usually the ring finger is for the melody, and then these two are going to be for my harmony. So we're going to play E7. We're gonna, again, 1st fret on the G string, and then 2nd fret on the G string, and then open on the B. And again, you don't exactly have to play harmonies. You can just practice the melody. It sounds perfectly fine. But I again use these 2 fingers for some sort of a harmony. So now that we got that, we're gonna be going on with a hammer-on. Sounds a little complicated. It really isn't too hard. So we already have our pointy finger on the 1st fret of the G string. We're just basically gonna hammer on here like this. Hold on, let me get a better look. Just hammering on the last 2 strings, or sorry, the first 2 strings, these 2, while still maintaining that G7, or sorry, not G, E7 chord. So once we do the hammer on, we're gonna pluck again, but again they're open, still in that E7 chord, and then third fret on the B string, and then open on the B string, and then we transition to our next chord, which will be A. You can do this normal pattern where you just go plucking your bass note and then strumming the rest of the strings. Or you can do something a little more complicated like me. It really depends on you, on what kind of pattern you want to do. Make it simpler, make it harder, up to you. But now we're going to transition. So when we do 1, and then we're going to pluck our first fret on the B string and then open. Second fret on the G string and then open. And then we're going to do another hammer on where we do open G to a second fret. And then we're going to use our pinky to we're going to put our pinky, on the third fret of the D string. And then using that, we can make an F chord. But we want to leave the G string open. So it would be something like this. You play it like an F5, except you leave it open. And again, this is where you do the pattern. And then here we're going to transition to an F minor. So we're just going to put our pointing finger down and hit the first fret. And optionally here you can do a big strum after you do the da 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 da. And here you want to do a little pattern. Whatever you think sounds nice, you can do. But I do. And then here we're gonna do open G string, second fret, and then open B string, and then back to an open G string, and then after we're gonna do an E minor. So let's recap a little bit for our intro. So we do our C chord, E7, and then we're gonna do A minor. We're gonna go back to our F minor, and we do this, and then to our E. Now here, I think the pattern sort of matters here. Again, it can work with making your own patterns here, but personally I think this is the one that sounds the best. You go E minor, you just pluck the top 4 strings, and then you hit the low E, and then you strum 3 times. And then after that you can sort of improvise. I just pluck 2 times again. I think that sounds nice. Up to you. So, and here we're gonna go open G twice, da, da, and then we're gonna do the second fret of it. So, and then here we're gonna go into a sort of A or a D, sort of a D over A. So you go open A, open D, but then we're gonna have our second fret on the we're gonna have actually an open G, sorry, and then that's gonna be our melody as the open G. But then after we play the open G and we transition to our first fret on the first fret on the B string, we want to put our second fret or one of our fingers on the G second fret to mimic that sort of D7 chord. So if we do, we're just playing the first fret of the B and then third fret of the B. And then we just do first fret once and then open, and then we do first fret twice again. And then here we're going to transition to a F. Once you do this F chord, we want to hit the third fret of the B string, and then we want to hit our second fret of the G string. And then here we're actually going to transition to a D over F sharp. So actually it's more of a D7 over F sharp. So We're gonna pluck that 3 times, and then we're gonna open B, and then first fret B, and then we're gonna keep that first fret actually, and we're gonna go to a G. So we're gonna 1, 2, 3, open on the B string, and then we're gonna go to our E7, and then we're gonna strum 3 times. And optionally, you can do a little bit of just a slide down. Make it very quiet. You don't want it to be like that. But I think it mimics the song, and it gives a little bit of a not so exactly quiet sound. So let's play the entire tutorial, the entire first verse now. On that 3rd fret, remember, F minor, go E minor, we're going to go to our D7, go on the A string, F, and now let's play the whole thing just a bit slowly. Some from what we learned. So we're starting off with our F chord. Here's the G sharp. I messed up a little bit. That's okay. Something like that. So, I hope this tutorial helped. Part 2 will be coming next week. And part 3 might actually be coming next week as well. Frankly, the bridge and the chord and the solo aren't exactly hard in my cover. So, yeah, have fun with it, and bye-bye for now.